Hello, everyone. This is Owen Wall Street with the TradersPerspective.com doing my Wednesday evening analysis. Before you, you have the US dollar looking at the weekly time frame. So I wanted to start out on a weekly time frame just to kind of give you an idea of what we're looking at and what price is reacting to. So just looking at this greater time frame, you can kind of get an idea of where the price has been kind of bouncing around in. And with the Fibonacci levels included here, you can see that we have broken below the 23% and we're now drifting down towards this 38.2% level. So I do see further potential for more downside for the US dollar. It's just a matter of when and how much. And now we're going to drop down to the lower time frame right after I remove that Fibonacci. Okay, so dropping down to the daily time frame now, you can see that we had a nice little bounce off of this support line here at around 95 and a quarter, and we are now bouncing back above this previous level of support near 95.75, and now we're kind of trapped between this 96.25 level and trying to hold support around 95.76. So we are approaching my moving average here, which does act as resistance when price is below it. So as you can see here, we are definitely below it, and we do have this other level of resistance in the near term, previous support level that did break down. And you can see that I would expect initially, if the prices can maintain themselves here and kind of show that there's a little bit of a bottoming out happening for the US dollar, then that's what I'll be looking for essentially, is to see where this price holds. Is it going to hold around 95.70 or 95.75? But I'll drop down to a lower time frame to give you an idea of what to expect. But again, we are still facing some resistance on the upside for the US dollar, and there is potential for further weakness to again take place. But in the meantime, I'd expect that we might see some more chop depending upon how these next few sessions go. So we had a strong move earlier in the day today, and then, or yesterday I should say, Tuesday, no, Wednesday, excuse me, messed up with the holiday week, so excuse me. So we had a strong day. We bounced up to this moving average as well as this 96.30 level, which has now been acting as resistance, and then we were forced to close lower, just shy above this previous close. So this is going to be an interesting story, but I definitely do see some more chop here. I'm going to drop down to the lower time frame to give you a better idea. Okay, so now I've gone ahead and dropped down to the hourly time frame, and you can see that price has been beautifully flowing above this 50 period simple moving average, and now we have this 200 up here that we are dealing with. And so again, this is going to be the level to watch here as far as the US dollar having any type of further upside here, and then we'd be looking at this level around 96, 96, 97. Let's call it 97 to be even. And first things first, really on the hourly time frame, we're going to have to deal with this chop here as well as maintain this 50 period simple moving average. But the key area that I'll be watching for, even if we do happen to drift below, is going to be this 95.80 level. So if that happens to hold, then there's potential for further chop and then another attempt here at the 50 and 200. So we're going to have to see what happens there. Again, I am on the sidelines this week. It is a holiday week, and as per my rules, I don't trade during lighter volume weeks. So I will be watching and just kind of observing what's happening, still doing my charting obviously, and I'm gonna have to see what happens here. But I do see that there is further potential for the US dollar to kind of come back down a little bit here, and if we do break below this 95.80 level, then we're going to be drifting down again and trying to, like I said earlier, trying to find a bottom for the US dollar where there's some kind of consolidation before price can kind of move up. So that's what I'm looking at. I still see weakness. Again, these are the key levels to watch. Watch your 50 period simple moving average. My moving averages on the hourly time frame are already showing somewhat of a bearish cross. So if I was to drop down to my lower time frames, I would get a further confirmation of that. But on the hourly time frame, usually when the trend is going to continue higher, you definitely want to see the price action, hold above this 50 period simple moving average and then kind of just drift upwards. And then we'd have this 200 to deal with at around 96.17 or so by the time, everything comes into play as the night goes on. So again, just make sure that you use your stop losses. Keep your eyes on this 50 period simple moving average and this leveled here around 96.30 or so. Even more recent resistance was just shy of this 200, so maybe use that as a better guide. But I was just looking at these candlestick wicks here as my indication of where the price action may settle. So, we'll have to see what happens. But again, it just looks like the U.S. dollar wants to, consolidate, find a little bit of a bottom, and we'll have to see what happens. But again, watch your 50 period simple moving average and watch your 200. I'm on Wall Street. Thank you all so much for watching.